Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling smaller, not knowing why? No shouting, no insults, just a quiet, invisible drain on your energy. Their words seem kind, their smile polite, but something always feels off. That's the signature of toxic people. They don't always hurt you loudly, sometimes they do it with a whisper. But here's the truth, you don't have to keep shrinking to keep the peace. Today we're diving into 11 smart, soul-protecting ways, rooted in Stoic wisdom, that will help you recognize the signs, reclaim your space, and rise above emotional sabotage. If you've ever felt trapped in silence, this is your turning point. Stay with me, because each strategy isn't just a lesson, it's a lifeline. The first and perhaps most powerful step in effectively dealing with toxic people lies in cultivating deep self-awareness. Imagine your mind as a clear, tranquil lake. When disturbed by external negativity, the water becomes murky, clouding your perception. Yet by truly knowing yourself, understanding your emotional triggers, values, and boundaries, you can maintain clarity no matter how turbulent your surroundings. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control the behaviors of others, we always possess complete authority over our own reactions. By developing self-awareness, you empower yourself to respond with intention rather than reaction, transforming difficult interactions into opportunities for personal growth and emotional resilience. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as weakness, but in truth, it's your greatest act of courage. Picture your heart as a garden. Resentment is like an invasive weed, choking out peace and joy. By forgiving, you carefully uproot this weed, reclaiming your tranquility and allowing beautiful emotions to flourish once again. Yet remember that wisdom thrives on memory. Stoicism teaches us to embrace forgiveness without losing sight of the lessons our experiences impart. Those difficult moments, though painful, provide invaluable insights and protective instincts for your future encounters. Forgiving liberates you from the toxic grip of bitterness, while remembering ensures you won't fall victim twice. Thus, practice forgiveness generously, but safeguard the wisdom you've gained. After all, the scars of yesterday, when viewed wisely, become the armor that fortifies your tomorrow. Imagine standing firm in the heart of a fierce storm, feeling the wind and rain, yet remaining unshaken and calm. This symbolizes true emotional stability, the quiet strength at the core of Stoicism. Toxic individuals thrive on chaos. They seek reactions, feeding off your emotional turmoil. But when you anchor yourself deeply in inner peace, their power dissolves. Emotional stability doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, rather mastering your responses. It's about choosing serenity over anger, wisdom over impulse. When negativity strikes, pause and breathe. Remind yourself that external storms cannot break what is internally unbreakable. By nurturing emotional stability, you transform every interaction into a profound practice of resilience, allowing you to emerge stronger, wiser, and untouched by chaos. Your emotions become your allies, not adversaries, guiding you gracefully through every challenge life presents. Boundaries are not walls to keep others out. They are doors with locks, deciding who may enter and how far. In a world of noise and emotional intrusion, setting boundaries is an act of quiet power. Toxic people often test your limits not with force, but with subtle guilt, manipulation, or charm. But here's the truth. Your peace is not up for negotiation. Stoicism reminds us that self-respect begins where people-pleasing ends. By calmly and clearly defining your emotional territory, you protect your energy like a precious resource, not to be given freely, but entrusted wisely. Saying no doesn't make you unkind. It makes you sovereign. Every boundary you draw is not rejection. It's a declaration. I value myself enough to protect what keeps me whole. In doing so, you don't lose love. You make space for the right kind to enter. Your energy is your most sacred currency. Spend it wisely. Every interaction is a transaction. Some refill your spirit, others rob it silently. Energy intelligence is the art of discerning the difference. Stoicism teaches us to guard our inner world as fiercely as a fortress, not out of fear, but out of reverence for peace. When you notice someone leaves you drained, anxious, or diminished, take it as a signal, not a coincidence. Choose where your energy flows. A conversation, a glance, even a thought. These are gates, and not everyone deserves a key. Protect your vitality like it powers your future, because it does. You cannot soar while carrying emotional baggage that isn't yours. Detach with grace, not bitterness. Let your presence be grounded, not scattered. Energy intelligence isn't selfish, it's survival with wisdom, and it's how you remain radiant in a world that often runs on chaos. Toxic people are expert distractors. They don't just challenge your peace, they lure your focus away from what truly matters. But every moment you engage with their chaos is a moment stolen from your purpose. Stoicism teaches us to fix our gaze on what we can control, and nothing is more yours than your goals. Like a lighthouse in the storm, your vision must remain clear, steady, and untouchable. Don't waste your fire trying to light up someone else's darkness. Instead, fuel your mission. Let their doubts become background noise, not internal dialogue. When criticism comes, nod with grace and keep building. The more focused you are, the more powerless distractions become. Remember, your time is limited, your energy is sacred, and your path is yours alone. Stay on course. Your goals don't need validation. They need consistency and the courage to walk past the noise. Even the strongest trees grow in forests, not in isolation. When facing toxic people, your instinct may be to withdraw, but solitude isn't always strength. Stoicism doesn't teach silence, it teaches discernment. Seeking support isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Find those who listen without judgment, who remind you of your worth when doubt creeps in. The right voices can echo louder than the noise of negativity. Like a mirror held up to your soul, the people who truly see you help you remember who you are. Sometimes a single conversation with someone who understands can unravel weeks of inner tension. Let their perspective lift the fog. You don't have to fight every battle alone. The right support doesn't solve your problems, it strengthens the part of you that can. Choose your circle as wisely as you guard your peace, because in storms, anchors matter. The most dangerous voice isn't the one criticizing you from the outside, it's the one whispering inside your own mind. Toxic people plant seeds of doubt, but it's your inner dialogue that waters them. Stoicism reminds us, you are not your thoughts, you are the master of them. When your mind says, I'm not enough, challenge it. When it echoes someone else's cruelty, silence it. Think of your thoughts as guests. Some deserve to stay, others must be shown the door. Speak to yourself like someone worth protecting, because you are. Replace self-blame with self-inquiry, shame with understanding. Ask not, what's wrong with me? But what can I learn from this? The way you talk to yourself sets the tone for everything else. So make it strong, make it kind, make it yours. Because your mind should be a sanctuary, not a battlefield. When dealing with toxic people, it's easy to get stuck in the question, why are they like this? But that leads to circles, not solutions. Stoicism invites us to ask better questions. What can I do? Or how can I move forward without losing myself? A solution-oriented mind isn't naive, it's strategic. It sees conflict not as a dead end, but as a crossroad. Every moment spent ruminating is energy lost. Instead, channel that energy into action. Set a boundary, take a step back, or craft a calm response. The goal is not to fix them, but to free yourself. Think like a chess player, not a pawn. Anticipate, adapt, and stay grounded in purpose. The power lies not in changing the storm, but in adjusting your sails. Solutions don't just resolve problems, they return you to yourself, wiser, clearer, and more in control. Not every insult deserves a rebuttal. Not every battle is yours to fight. Toxic people crave reaction. It feeds their power. But Stoicism teaches a quieter strength, restraint, the ability to pause, to breathe, to choose silence when provoked. It's not weakness, it's wisdom dressed in calm. Arguments often start where ego speaks louder than purpose. So ask yourself, will this exchange bring peace or just more noise? Often, the most powerful statement is no statement at all. Walk away not because you're defeated, but because your energy is too sacred for chaos. Let your dignity speak in the space where drama hoped to thrive. You don't have to attend every emotional fire you're invited to. Sometimes peace is preserved not through words, but through stillness. And in that stillness, you reclaim what matters most: your clarity, your calm, your control. Not all smiles are sincere, and not all kindness is kind. False cordiality is the most deceptive form of toxicity, the handshake that hides a dagger. Stoicism teaches us to observe more than we absorb. Look beyond pleasant words. Watch for patterns. Do their actions match their tone? Does their support vanish when no one's watching? Pay attention to that subtle tension in your gut. That's your intuition knocking. People who pretend to care often wear politeness like a costume, using charm to manipulate, not connect. But you are not obligated to accept every extended hand. Protect your space. Real connection doesn't require performance. It feels safe, consistent, and quietly loyal. When you learn to spot insincerity, you save yourself from betrayal disguised as friendship. Discerning truth behind the mask is not cynicism, it's self-respect. And it's how you keep your circle clean and your peace intact. In the end, dealing with toxic people is less about fixing them and more about freeing yourself. Stoicism reminds us, you don't need to control the chaos around you. You only need to master how you show up within it. Every boundary you set, every moment you choose peace over reaction is a silent declaration. I respect myself. So don't just listen, apply it. Let this be your quiet shift: more clarity, less confusion, more strength, less noise. Your peace is not optional, it is essential. If one of these 11 strategies spoke to your soul today, let me know in the comments. And if you found value in this message, hit like, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Stoic Viva, where we bring ancient wisdom to modern struggles every single week. Because this isn't just philosophy, this is your power, reclaimed,